Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to the Laurel Palace. My name is Kayla Redwine, and welcome to my space, our space, okay, guys? So, today we are going to do it was really going to be a one card pull, but I also felt like I wanted to pull from um Adinkra symbols. So, it's going to be a two card pull today. Period. Two card pull. So, today is March the 8th, but this may resonate with you whenever you come across this read, whether it's a year from now, 6 months from now, it doesn't matter. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. We are going to be asking, what wisdom shall I carry with us, with ourselves today? What wisdom shall I be carrying today? What wisdom shall I be carrying into the day? Yesterday was the main day of full moon in Virgo. I did a read actually, but I decided to do a community post. It was a dope read. So maybe this video will be easier of like uploading. All right, you guys. What wisdom, universe, shall I carry into the day? That we shall carry into the day. And while we're gonna go ahead and pull, I'm gonna turn this over, even though I look, you kind of just seen it. I think it's the Wheel of Fortune, but we're gonna go ahead and pull an Adinkra symbol. What wisdom shall I carry into the day? What wisdom shall we carry into the day? Unity and collective strength. Okay, let's get into it. It was a Wheel of Fortune. I was like, it's giving, I seen the circle. Kitchen garden. So when I think of like kitchen garden, when you have a kitchen, that means you have like ingredients, you have spices, you have pots, you have everything that you need to create something. And seeing as Wheel of Fortune, I also see all types of different herbs. And I also like the circle and seeing how there is these stones. I just looked inside the middle and I seen the north, west, east, and south, but also see this split into two, so it's giving me duality, it's giving me balance, it is giving all degrees. Okay, I just heard like using what's to the left of you, using what's to the right of you, in front of you, behind you, using it all for your benefit. And then we have unity, collective strength. And every time I see this, it's this chain link. The contribution to the community strength happens through unity. This is very amazing. This is great energy because there's been this big energy of community, of connecting with people, and also knowing that there's more power in unity. It's more power when you are sharing yourself, when you're sharing your knowledge, and you're just sharing yourself in period, sharing yourself in general, because more than one, it multiplies. So more information is carried, whether it's money, wisdom, knowledge, whatever that is, there's more power in unity. And so seeing these, I feel like whatever we have been learning through our ups and our downs, we are being able to use it for our benefit of self, but also the collective. Because whatever it is that you learn as an individual, it naturally goes up into the collective for other people to be able to grasp that knowledge and to have similar ideas in um downloads that we have. So it's like kind of like putting everything in a pot. This whole pot of information, of wisdom, is being used in the collective. So I feel like not only is it saying that, for one, you're not the only one on a similar journey. Not only that, but the things that you are learning, whether you are putting it out on social media or not, whether you were just in the darkness like I was, you will realize and notice how the knowledge that you have learned, you also will see other people talking about it as well. And is giving the energy of, we are really all connected on a greater level than we understand. And that's like also something that has motivated me to put myself out there, was because I noticed how other people were speaking about things that I've said similar things that I said, and they never heard these things come out of my mouth. They were just like the first people to put it out there as far as online, or, speaking up in that sense. And I love that. So to me, it's like, I feel like a lot of us have knowledge and wisdom that we are applying in our life, that we're realizing, and that we're downloading and letting it seep into our being. And those things are feeding the collective as well. So it's like, you think a lot of times that you have to go out there and you have to like do certain things in the physical, but you obtaining knowledge also broadens the knowledge and the wisdom of other people that you don't even know. Okay? So let's actually read it out the book, and let's see what this 2-card pull has for us today. What the book has to say about it. Put your faith in the turning of the wheel. And before I go forward, I feel like this Wheel of Fortune has been happening for thousands and thousands upon thousands of years, millions of years. It's kind of giving, there's a shift in like power dynamics. So I feel like a lot of us, we have experienced the south of the wheel, and I feel like we are going through, we're coming up to come back on top. And this can be on a physical level, it is, and as much as it's happening on a spiritual level as well. To me, it's kind of like you have been taught and told what to do, and like been like enslaved, the way of thinking. Like, this is kind of like I've been like a wave, but like I've been pushed down to come back up, to realize my own personal power, to realize the place and the part that I have in the world, within myself, and in the community, and just in general. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna just read. So it says, put your faith in the turning of the wheel. Stay centered in the midst of change. Find the medicine unique to every season. I like that. Y'all, I open up this window and I just, it's pollinating outside. Okay, so a circle of white stones frame a fragrant wheel-shaped garden, honoring the 8 holy days of the year. An herb planted for each section provides a valuable remedy in the corresponding season. Bay is planted for Yule, parsley for the candlesmas, violet for Ostara, chives for Balatine, lemon verbena for summer solstice, basil for Lammas, sage for autumn equinox, and onion for Hallows. At the center of the garden is a compass rose. The promise of the garden is change. Events may unfold that redirect your path. Some things may feel beyond your control. Find the larger pattern in the chaos. The holy days mark the revolving cycles of nature. They may bring disruption, but are always reliable and forward moving. Oh, Jesus. They may bring disruption, but they are always reliable in forward motion. When your soul compass spins, find stillness and experiences that easily allow you to be yourself. Trust life to come into being as the plants always do. So trust life to come into being as the plants always do. There is transformation in each turn of the wheel. What emerges from this development will point to your true north. I like that. So, personally, this is something that's very dear to me. It resonates with me deeply. So, it's very much giving, like, being able to pivot. Different seasons calls for different things, different directions. And I feel like a lot of us are on a journey of really figuring out what is it that our soul wants, our inner child wants, but what do we want? What do we want to experience? And sparking these questions or having these questions will spark change of direction. You will start realizing the things that do bring you joy. You start realizing the things that you do want to do. And it's having faith in continuing to follow where you are being guided, where the wind is blowing you. Okay? For some reason, I just want to reread that again. Find the larger pattern in the chaos. So that's also giving me, see the beauty in the chaos, but also see what it's teaching you. Notice the things that you normally gravitate towards, whether it's personal freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, generational things. Like, notice the type of patterns that normally spark your interests, okay? The holy days mark the revolving cycles of nature. One thing that I always think about, as yesterday I was outside, and I was hearing leaves fall down. I turned around, I was like, it's doing what it does best. And I also thought in my head, do you think it's easy for the trees to let go of the leaves? Do you think that it's easy for the leaves to let go of the trees? A lot of times, what helps the trees go through its seasons, what normally helps the process of the leaves falling down from the trees is the wind. It's the air that comes through and changes the direction. It pushes the leaves to move forward and to let go. But it goes right back into the earth. And it nurtures the earth. It brings back nutrients to the earth. And then you'll have rain. You'll have pollen. You have all these key elements and components that are happening to help, like it says, revolving nature. It goes back into the earth to just come right back to life. Because even though these leaves are dying, there's new leaves and new life being brought in. New plants that we have not seen in a long time. New plants. The plants that have been there just reviving, coming back to life. And so it's kind of giving, even though sometimes we would like to hold on to things that are familiar, that change is inevitable. That it's time for something new. And it's asking you to trust yourself and trust the wind, trust the universe, and really flow with it. Because I feel like a lot of us are going into spaces and places that it's unknown. But I feel like the unknown has been calling you. There's things that you want to do, and I feel like you should believe and trust that a way is going to be made for you. Okay? And if you need to take time to walk outside, have a spiritual bath, meditate, and relax, because sometimes change can be scary in a sense. It can spark emotions in us that can be fear, anxiety, different layers and levels of that, right? So allow yourself to move with the wind, okay? Move with where your soul is leading you. Trusting yourself. Because you'll know the difference, okay? You'll know the difference when you should be staying still and when you should be moving. But a part of me says they're both happening simultaneously, okay? They're happening at the same time. Stillness and movement. Okay? When your soul compass spins, find stillness in experiences that easily allow you to be yourself. Trust life to come into being, as the plants always do. The plants know they're gonna come back to life. They know that they're gonna be blooming again, and they also know there's gonna be a season where they're down here in the south, and they know there's gonna be a season when they're going in through their metamorphosis to come up into the north, to push through the ground, to sprout again. Like, one thing that I've noticed is, like, I don't even know what you would call them. They're not. I don't know if they're dandelions. Hey Siri, show me a picture of dandelions. No, they're not that. I don't know what they're called. They're those things that you blow and, excuse me, y'all. They're those things that you make a wish and you blow and they fly away. Those things. I don't know what they're called. If you guys know what they are, let me know down below. But I haven't seen those in a long time. You know what I mean? But there's a season for them, right? And yeah, let's move forward. Let's move forward. I want to read this part again. What emerges from this development will point you to your true north. You know, like, it's very interesting. So, like, you have your North Star, not only the North Star that a lot of people follow when they are navigating waters, right? And they're taking adventures and traveling, but also your north. You have a north node and a south node. Look up your north node and your south node. I personally know my north node. And so that gives you an idea of what it is that you're meant to be working on in this life, what you are moving towards. And even your south node, it reminds you of what you're walking out of and maybe what is still kind of like some mud that you got on you, some residue and some dirt that you got on you from your past life, in a sense. And you're moving from this space to that space, these lessons to the next level and the next lessons that are going to come from your north node. So look up your north node. Okay. This is crafting with the Wheel of Fortune. Celebrate the holy days by creating a living altar. Add nature, add natural elements as each season unfolds. When you need to stay grounded, hold a small round stone in the palm of your hand and breathe. This is like I would say it's a stone. It's a stone today. But this is something that I got from outside my house. And I cleaned it. And then also, your crystals that you may have and all that good stuff, hold on to them. Ground yourself. Build a reliable seasonal apothecary. Start with learning the herbs in the kitchen garden. Period. This deck always reminds me of where I'm going, okay? What I want to do as far as like having a herb empire. It's going to be an empire. It's going to be plants. It's going to be herbs, but all types of different plants, all types of different trees, from banana trees, nut trees, fruit trees. Like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be dope. And so then we have unity and collective strength. I feel like this is mostly like, this is a unity of coming together, for one, with yourself. A unity also with the seasons. Unity with the moon. Utilizing the moon, utilizing the ages, utilizing the seasons. You know what I mean? From whether Aries season, Taurus season, Pisces season, the Virgo moons, like really getting a unity with the solar system again, the unity with the astronomy and nature, and then not only that, but also with others. I feel like the type of things that we are learning, the type of things that we are desiring, it's not just you, baby. It's thousands upon thousands of people. And I feel like it's going to be a time where, if it's not already happening, there's going to be a time where a lot of us are going to be coming together and working together to create the type of earth that we deem is right for us. Not what everybody else, the things and the ways that we have been playing a part in the past. This is a new time, a new age. And I feel like this is asking us and reminding us that there is power in unity and that we will be connecting with new people, whether in relationships, partnerships, just community in general. You have assistance. I personally am a part of a community, and that's what I thought about when I seen this. But I also thought about the community that I'm going to create. I also thought about the community on a spiritual level. You know, the community that you have in the spiritual realm, and also your own personal unity and collective strength that you have within you as well. So there's a lot of different energies, because also it talks about chain link. So you think about a chain and how vast and long a chain can grow, but also how strong it is to hold things together. So the contribution to the community, strength happens through unity. Okay, guys. So to me, it's saying, keep learning, keep studying, but also apply. Because the things that you are learning, the knowledge and wisdom that you are obtaining, is also uploading into the spiritual realm. It's uploading back into the collective. Because a part of me says the spiritual realm already knows, like the high spiritual realm already knows. But there has been thousands of years that we have went through a different type of energy. Like the Piscean age was a different type of energy. It was religious. It was doctrines. It was all these things that are kind of like were other people's ideas and beliefs. Now it's kind of giving the energy of we're creating our own way using what we've learned, though. You get what I mean? Because at first it was always about something outside of me. Now we're realizing the power that is within us. And we're also realizing that the things that we used to worship, they weren't really meant to be worship. It was about us. It was about our own journey as souls. It was about our own connection with this thing that we call life. So I feel like when you are learning the things that you're learning, you're also going to be attracting people that are very like-minded as you, that are on a similar path as you, as much as we are all very much unique and have our own individual paths as well. It's kind of like keys. I got the keys, the keys, the keys. I got the keys, the keys, the keys. And this separation that has been going on in our community, it was very intentional. One thing before I go, you guys, I want you guys to go and find this book on Amazon. Go find it. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. It's called The Making of a Slave, Willie Lynch. Not today we're going to talk about it, but maybe another day. I've only gotten so far because I don't, but where I have gotten, I could just say it's enough. It's enough. But there was a lot of intentions about, there was a lot of intentions through dividing and separating us as African descendants. And I feel like a lot of us are noticing and realizing it. And these questions, these insights, they are feeding the collective. So the collective is also talking about a lot of the injusticeness. They're talking about a lot of, oh snap, like the reason why we have these problems is because there were problems that were created by our oppressors to keep us from coming into unity. And we are no victims. We are victorious people. We are goddesses and gods. And learn these things that we're learning, it will be able to help us as we are moving forward on this Wheel of Fortune. As we are learning and realizing things. Because like I said, there's always been a knowing in a sense. But when we have went through these ages of times, we also have to think about our minds. Like what have our minds and our soul has been fed for thousands of years. So as we are moving and shifting, there is going to be a big energy of unity. And we're going to also realize why it has been a struggle to unify. But I don't feel like we're going to let that be the end all be all. It's going to motivate us even more to create unity and to create community. But it's going to be in a way where it actually genuinely feeds our soul and our being and our existence on this planet. Okay, you guys. So, and And this is not just a unity in community as people that look like you. I feel like this is also going to be things that are going to spill over and bleed into other communities, because we're going to realize, like, oh shit, like, we are all spiritual people, even though there has been constructs and ideas and beliefs that has made us see our differences. We're going to start realizing, like, yo, we can be so much further when we take back the power that was taken from us. But the power has already been ours, but we haven't been tapping into it. But I'm going to end it right there, you guys, because I can go further and further and further. All I can say is keep tapping in, keep learning, because what you're learning is coming to me, and what I'm learning is coming to you. And I can't help, like, I keep getting certain things. Like, there was a time where it was very intentional to not spread knowledge. It's very intentional to keep things on hush, 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 because it only benefited the few. But this is not a time of what people consider like gatekeeping. This is not a time of let me just know. It's time to share. It's time to talk about it. And if you're afraid, go to church. And I don't even think that's going to help you. So it might make it worse. So you guys, the church, realize that there's power in you. You are the church, because when one or more comes together in energy and vibration, strength happens through unity. So you guys, be you. Thank you for tuning in with with me, the Laurel Palace. That's what I was going to say. Thank you for tuning in with me today here at the Laurel Palace. My name is Kayla Redwine. Thank you, gods and goddesses. Be you, stay true, and always remember, honey, stay golden. All right, y'all. Bye.